Well, welcome back. This is day 13, master bath remodel. We finished the shower door yesterday, and this morning we test fitted the mirrored cabinet, and we determined that this little edge right up through here, it will show. So I'm going to be covering that up with some more of the wood, just little short pieces, but that'll cover it up where the mirror will look nice all the way around the edge of it. We're just putting a coat of polyurethane on the walls. And the only reason we're doing that, they're pretty rough, so it might smooth them up enough to where dust won't stick to them as quick. And we noticed when we was putting them up, the stain they used, or the outer portion of the board had the stain on it, tended to flake off in the floor. There's little black pebbles. So we're hoping this will seal that in and keep anything from coming off the outside edge. This urethane, as a lot of you may know, it's white, so you can tell where you're going when you put it on, and then it dries clear. So should be another hour or two.
If you want to finish, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, maybe 15-20 minutes you'll have the rest of this. She started right here, so she only likes from 10 or 12 feet across the top and in that area behind her there. Well, we're starting to put things back. Mirrors put in. It fit, so we cut the opening right. And I think next we'll bring the tall cabinet in, and then the vanity, and finally the toilet. Upright cabinet is in place. Looks really good against the wall there between it and the mirror. Vanity in place. So we're gonna go get the countertop and hopefully hook it all up. There's a vanity top, and before we take it in and put it on the vanity, I wanted to install the hot and cold supplies and the drain and get all of that hooked up where I wouldn't have to lay under the top and in the vanity. And this is a hot valve. It's got red. I run into a little problem. The hose that they bored in the top fit the threads, but it will not set on down in there. So I'm going to have to do a little reaming on that. I'll probably get a file and just try to file it because it's close. If they'd have bored it 30 of an inch bigger, it would have worked. Well, the hot water side is cleaned out to where it will fit. There's what I used. Started by doing it with just a file, but it was taking too long, so this rasp bit, it gets the job done in a hurry. And now we're fitting flush. Okay, fits good now. One thing I wanted to show you, there's an arrow. Can you see that arrow there?
On the orange?
In the orange or the red, there's a little arrow.
There's the orange. I don't know.
Can you see it there?
I don't have my glasses on.
Yeah. See that? You can see it. That arrow points toward the sink. And the reason for that is the handle will be wrong. So the handle only fits on one way. And for it to be correct, you point the arrow towards the sink. And it just has a plastic nut and a big square washer. You can see it back there. There's a washer. And you just tighten it up. And that really pulls it down and seals it good. And our arrow's pointing towards the sink. So that one's finished. Now, see, that one's won't fit either. So let me show you how quick this burr bit works. This is made of fiberglass. You can smell it. I drilled it there. And it had a lot of dust on it too. I wiped some of it off. Alright, let's see if that's enough. Yep. Same procedure here. There should be a
And this one's blue because it is cold water.
like that. You've seen me tighten those with my hand. You actually get a tool, give you more leverage. So I'm going to snug them down with the tool. And again, you got to feed it through like that. I think I had them tied anyway. Yeah, turned it a little bit more. All right. Okay, time to put the handles on. I have T-handles, and that's how they tighten up. But this little gasket, it's just a decorative thing, I think. Kind of goes with the gray, so that's kind of neat. And you slide it on, make sure the handle's in line with the back of the... So that means we put the valve in. If this is straight with this, and you just tighten it. Turn the set screw to the back, of course, so you won't see it when you're using the faucet. It's adjustable too, it just spins around, so you, like I said, you want to turn the Allen wrench back. I think that's right. Spout is next. It also has a little gray decorative piece, and this has a rubber seal around it. So you don't use plumber's putty, you just, that seals it, keeps water from getting in. And we need this piece and the nut. And we use that tool that they give us to tighten it. And this is just kind of sets in there wherever, and then you put that on. And the nut. And we just kind of guess at this on the, let's see. I'm just going to center it in the hole, which is right there. And we want to make sure that it's at the correct angle here with the sink. That looks pretty good. This goes on the nut, see? And then the tool fits that. That's how it works. So we put that on the nut. Okay, this faucet has the simple connectors. They just snap on. So hot is here, we turn the red that way. And this just pushes on like that. And then these just push on. Like that. Probably, I don't guess it matters, that's probably good like that. We're ready for supply lines. And you get the adapters for those. That screws on the line, and that screws on that. And there's an O-ring there that seals it. So you just push that in, tighten it down. Okay, this comes with a push down pop-up drain. Rubber gaskets already around it. So again, we don't need plumber's putty. This gasket goes on here, and then here's a nut that tightens down. Okay, this goes on this way.
The small end towards the base of the sink drain.
Right. And that lets it lay kind of flat, and it puts pressure on it too, see, like that. And then this goes on like that, and then the nut goes on so it's tight. That rubber ring keeps it from leaking around it. So, okay, I think we're ready to carry it in. We just installed the vanity top. Looks like concrete, doesn't it? But it's not. It's fiberglass, but it sure looks like concrete. Or should I told them that?
You should tell them that. A concrete vanity top, but we found this at Menards and it was the right size, so we made it ours.
And the backsplash goes where you see that board missing. So, all right, I'm going to hook up the plumbing, and then we'll put the backsplash on, and I guess it will be finished other than the drawer fronts and door. Well, we're getting along really well, so we decided to go ahead and install the toilet. Instead of a conventional wax ring, we bought this. It's called a Perfect Seal wax ring with bolts. It still has wax in it, but it's all encapsulated into plastic. Here's the bottom of it. See, there's wax still in it. But it's kind of like an accordion. This mashes, it's flexible. So you put the toilet down and it seals down against this like that. And if your toilet is too tall, you can take this off and it will still seal against this one. So we're going to leave it on because the floor is a little bit higher than it used to be. We're going to see how that works. So, okay, toilet bowl is fastened down. I will have to cut off the bolts to put the little decorative caps on. Those things. So now we're going to put the tank on. Here's the tank. Rubber gasket between it and the bowl. Bolts with the rubber washer. Rubber washer goes on the inside, of course. I say of course, I think most people would know that. Two of those, 2 washers and 2 nuts.
I see a hole.
Yep. Toilet's in, no leaks there, so we're ready to put the seat on. This is a soft close seat, so these are spring loaded. That's how it works. See the tension on. And it just has plastic bolts and a nut. These nuts have a shoulder on them there, and that bumps up against a rib to hold them for you. And you just tighten them from the top with a screwdriver. You gotta let them get seated. They gotta grab that rib, that bolt or nut does. Don't it look centered?
Does it feel centered?
Yeah.
Then it must be centered.
And there goes the lid. Takes it about 5 minutes to close. So pretty good day's work here on day 13. We hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. And we'd love it if you would subscribe to our channel. Thanks.